Aloha, great job today. We're going to start with tuning. Here's our high G, C, E, and then an A. And what we do is when we go up to the 3rd fret and play that C note, it should sound pretty in tune. So what we do is when we take our hand, we use the thumbnail on the back of the thumb to do our upstrokes, and we use the nails on the front of our fingers to do our downstrokes. Now you can use the fleshy part of your thumb and your fingers, but that's more or less considered for fingerstyle. That doing something like that, which has this kind of muted effect but still gets the note out. What we're looking for in the beginning is a lot of sound. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our first finger and our first finger on both hands. We're going to be doing these spider exercises. Our first one starts with our first finger on the 1st fret on the high G string. Now we're not going to play on the nut because that would be crazy, and then not on the fretting because that also would be crazy. Nobody wants to swim on the shore. Everybody wants to swim in the water. So right in the middle, press down hard. The 2 types of notes we deal with are a pointy note or a flat note. Now you'll be able to tell a flat note because it really makes sense about it just being flat up against there. If I could draw, I would draw it, but I cannot draw. A pointy note goes right in as if you shot an arrow and it goes ding and hits that note and sticks in it like a little. When we take our first finger on this hand and our first finger on that hand, we pluck. We should get like not a whole dinosaur claw, Jurassic Park underneath it pulling it out, but just a little bit to the side. Pluck, pluck. And what we're going to want to do is concentrate on 1, 2, 3, 4. These are actually called quarter notes. And if it is too fast to do it at this tempo and go 1, 2, 3, 4, then put your second finger down on the 2nd fret and play the same duration of notes with the same loudness. You don't really want to have one being like da, 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 unless you're trying to accent that and give it a little inflection so you know where the 1 is. Other than that, we're going to be working our fingers from the 1st fret to the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. Now here's where the pinky, you can play a flat pinky note, but I would suggest that you play that pinky note with the tippy top of your finger, and that's going to really help to get some nice strong chords out later when we're working on songs that have 3 or sometimes even 4 fingers down at a time. So what we do is something called the spider exercise. Remember, use the first finger on your strumming hand. When I lift my fingers off and take them out here, that makes the chances of them getting back to the fretboard for the next note a little less likely. So the way we nip that in the bud is we put our first finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger, and then when we switch up, keep these 3 on and move that, and then concentrate on moving that up. So one of the great things to do is maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now watch this all the way back. 1, 2, 3. Now try that maybe 3 or 4 times all the way before you even play any notes over there, and watch how naturally your fingers will work together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. I generally don't do all of the notes on the 2nd fret moving up, but this is another great exercise if you can continue to do this just for that rhythm. Notice how my 3rd finger's on the 3rd fret, still using my 1st finger over there. So that's another way to do these spider exercises, but I say we just keep it simple and we do the 1st finger on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd on the 3rd fret, and 4th on the 4th fret. I'm going to do a couple with you here at 4:05. 1, 2, So that's about a minute's worth of Spidey exercises. If you can do that for 5 minutes a day and maybe do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or dare I say 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. That's a spider exercise. Here comes our chord of the day. Now you already knew how to play a C major. We talked about a C major 7 just influencing that B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That 7th tone in the key of C, no sharps, no flats, as a C, B, as a major 7th. Because you get now that a C, E, and a G is just a triad on its own. And when we add that A string, it's a C6. If we also look at it as an A, C, and an E, that's a A minor. And then with a G on top, that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that's an A minor 7. So it has 2 names. Just the same way as when I say C is my open note, middle C to be exact, C, C2, C3, C4. When I go to C sharp, and I get that note, it's also, my next note is going to be D. It's also a D flat. So all notes have 2 names. Even C sharp. If I go C flat, that's a B, but I would never call it unless I'm playing the harp or something that's tuned into that. So what we do with our teeters, the one with C is easy. We play with the same finger. And the way we do that is we establish what the right hand rhythm looks like. So before you even do anything on the left hand, try this right hand just going attack, 2, 3, 4, hi-ya, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Just as long as that 1 comes on the 1, and you keep this hand still going. And what we're gonna do in between here is switch our other fingers. Now with C, we'd have, and then I would switch and wait all that eternity, and then wait all that time. And if I play it and move and wait all this time, my hand over here naturally develops right hand rhythm. So when we speed this up, so it's doing it on the 1 and the 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, if I do all downstrokes, I could still play that same note. Now, it might not make sense with a 1 note played kind of chord, eh? However, when you play a F major, which is today's chord of the day, first finger, first fret, right there. Second finger is going to go on the high G string, closest to your nose, second fret right there. It's going to leave the C string open, which is the thickest string, and then the top string, the A and the C are open, and then these 2 fingers, pointy, are going to play the F and the A, giving us F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and then F again, right? Get rid of these 2 because we don't need them. Get rid of my 2 and the 4, the sus notes, and then we're left with an F, an A, and a C. F, A, and then C. That top note, unison, right? So the takeaway is if that's an A and this is an A, when I scoot that up, that A sharp or a B flat must mean that this A that's open has to go to the first fret, thusly proving fret 1, A string, and fret 3, G string, es igual. The note is the same. No matter where we go, it's going to be the same. And what you're going to see is that most chords contain both of these notes. Ta-da! So what we're going to do this week with your C major, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. These are all the whole notes. Now ready for the half notes on the 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 1 and, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And if you're having a hard time with that swing, slow it down. 1, switch, 2 and 1, switch, 2 and 1. So when you do go to all quarter notes, you're efficiently going to be placing your finger down. Now with the 1 string, 1 note you're playing, it might not make total sense, but watch this. When we play our F and we do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and look how much time I have between that switch. Chord, switch, keep the right hand going. If you need be, smack your leg. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, switch, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, switch, 2 and 3. And I can guarantee you by smacking your leg, if you get away from the whole feeling aspect of it, you will still feel it when you play later on. That aspect is the spider aspect and the teeter-totters, which are two great everyday methodologies to get your fingers and your mind surrounded with the ukulele. You can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 all day long. But you really only need to do it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. What you're doing is practicing the practice of practicing. Therefore, you're completing a skill, knowing what it is, and then moving on. In the future, we will advise ourselves to do maybe like a 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we know those are what happens is our fingers start to modulate and move with the frettings in 4-note variations. Thusly, every chord you have, whether it's a G major with a suspended fourth, the fingers are naturally going to know where to play. So if you're playing a G major and you have one more pinky, it's going to make sense the C works. C sharp, D does, but if you're using it as it can be used as a passing note. So what we do is we take all these ideas, all this vocabulary, and make our fingers do what we want them to. I really enjoyed playing with you today and showing a little bit of what I do. And I really hope you have any comments or questions, you put them down below, and I can answer them for you. If I do talk too fast, please ask me to slow down, or you could go up here with the triple dot, and you could slow down this whole thing so it's slow. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Aloha.